Hi, y'all. My name is Miss Knowles. I am the Director of Production and Design. I've been doing this will be my 5th year. I'm super excited, even with this online platform, to be teaching your kids again. All of your students have had me before last year or many years before that. And so I'm going to make this pretty quick because most of you guys kind of know the way that the classes work at this point. They actually didn't change a ton for the distance learning. I spend most of my time at the school when we're on a normal sort of school schedule because on top of teaching, I also am the technical director for the after school crew program. So most of your students also know me through that. When I'm not at school, however, I am watching films, playing games, both board games and video games, and reading. Usually these also translate to references in class that your students pretend not to know. I know them. They're just playing with me. I have been doing production and design since I was in middle school. I started in 8th grade and have been doing it ever since. So I'm super passionate about teaching this to others and sort of continuing my passion. Your student is probably in artist techniques and Stagecraft 2. This might not be the exact schedule that your student has. Our classes are based off of placement, not off of grade. So your student might have Stagecraft 2 with art history, Stagecraft 2 with film, or be in just Stagecraft 2. I'm dependent on your student's personal schedule. So I'm just going to cover Stagecraft 2. Head over to the Artist Techniques video if you want to hear from Miss Jen. Stagecraft 2 is a continuation on the things that they learned last year. They're going to continue to learn terminology and tools and procedures, especially advanced ideas of design, and then also career readiness. So the projects here are super reliant on the stuff that they learned in Stagecraft 1 and is really going to build off of their ideas in set design, costume design, construction, all of these fun, amazing things that they learned in years past. I'm going to go through a couple of the platforms that we use. So their stuff, both in Artist Techniques and in Stagecraft 2, will be on the Google Classroom. When your student clicks into Google Classroom, it kind of looks like this, where it has all their classes listed. Obviously, mine has just about 1 million because those are the classes that I all teach. Their Zoom class is a live class. It's from 11:15 to 12:05 every Tuesday and Friday. They have this class with the Stagecraft 1 class, so sometimes I will just hold class with Stagecraft 2, and sometimes I will just hold class with Stagecraft 1. I'm dependent on the projects that they're working on at this time. But it is a mixed class between the two different levels. Still only about, I want to say 35 kids, so it's still a pretty small class. When your student clicks into their Google Classroom, I highly suggest going over to the classwork tab up here versus the stream tab, just because I've got it all nice and split up and it shows you in like chronological order when things are due. Speaking of deadlines, our deadlines and our policy for grading has changed a little bit this year. So there are some things that a student can no longer turn in late. So if a student is done a warm-up, a project, or a assignment, like a smaller assignment that we do in class, a student is welcome to turn that in late up to 2 weeks after the due date. They cannot turn things in later than that, because if they turn things in later for that, then they won't get credit for it. We're trying to really have them focus on moving forward and not focusing so much on late work and busy work later on after we've already passed an assignment. So that is for warm-ups, that is for notes, that is for projects, and that is for classwork. The two things that a student cannot turn in late are quizzes, which there shouldn't be any in Stagecraft 2, but quizzes, and then discussion boards. Discussion boards are sort of geared to be what we're discussing that week or what we're going to discuss the following week. So those are time-sensitive things, and they're usually just questions. This specific last one, I was asking them about what they want to do after high school. So they might be a mixture of things that they have to research and talk about, opinion-based questions and research-based questions. So all your students' work will be on the Google Classroom. Their classes, live classes, twice a week over Zoom. I also post on these things that say highlights. I also post up recordings of the classes and what is due that Sunday in case they missed anything that week. The last place to look would be PowerSchool. PowerSchool is where your students' grades are updated. I'm usually updating grades sometime between Monday to Wednesday each week. So please make sure you are checking this at least once a week. However, there's this super cool PowerSchool app that I would definitely suggest all of you guys getting. Last but not least, the easiest way to contact me is over email or through Google Hangouts, depending on if you are a student or a parent. I ask students not to turn anything in through Google or through email and just to turn it in through Google Classroom. This is a new policy too, but it's to help keep my email box clear so that I'm not missing any student emails. But please, 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 if you guys send me an email and I don't respond within 72 hours, please send me another one. We are all getting used to this digital platform, and sometimes those emails get lost in the fray. I also highly suggest that parents and students make meetings. I have Thursday office hours that is open to parents or students, and you can make multiple 10-minute one-on-one meetings for however many you need. Those happen, like I said, every Thursday, and you guys should be getting a link very shortly in your emails to that office hours. I